Hello y'all, this is the Red Flood mod for Hearts of Iron 4, the alternative history mod that asks, what if nobody won World War I? We're playing as the Russian Empire. Nicholas II was murdered in Kiev and Prime Minister Stolypin went on to stabilize the country and withstood the Second Patriotic War. The spirit of the people was broken, however, and so liberals, with the help of the socialists, plunged the nation into turmoil. The collapse was stopped through the efforts of the officers and those who remained faithful to the oath. Alexander Kolchak now leads Russia, but dark clouds are gathering over the nation. We start with 3 national spirits. All of them are pretty bad except maybe for monopolized industry, but even that has some pretty major drawbacks to it. We may have a ton of subjects and that looks good, but the problem is they all have the national spirit warlord indifference, so you won't be seeing them rushing to our aid anytime soon. Looking at the military, we have 58 divisions. Taking a look at the Navy, it's okay. The pride of the fleet is the Marat, and checking out the Air Force, we have a total of 6 air wings. Browsing through the commanders, there is no field marshals, but there is a ton of generals. The Navy only has 1 commander. He's quite capable, but we will need to get some new admirals to help the fleets. Starting off the focus tree, it will begin with the aftermath of the November strikes. In the military portion of the tech tree, we have up-to-date weapons, motorized early tanks, and in the artillery section, we have basic artillery, and moving to the air part of the tree, we have interwar bombers and fighters. Legacy of the November Strikes event, we gotta finish off the councils or not. Let's just go ahead and finish them off so we don't become another Germany. Nechevaldahl will be dismissed and we will soon make our way down to the rest of the focus tree. Kolchak and his secret police and his benevolence will implicate the Democratic parties, reducing their popularity, and we lose some base stability. Everything's looking up well for the Russian Empire. We got naval exercises in the Mediterranean, and now Kolchak will take a summer vacation. We're going to Yalta for some sunshine. The political system is stabilizing, and then there will be elections to the State Duma. Kolchak's time away from the capital is coming to an end, but he has to deal with an assassination attempt first. If we can choose to have him live or die, let's have him survive the encounter. After he survived, Kolchak says there is a traitor, and he is Mikhail Drozdovsky. The accused denies these claims, and the military is split, with the Navy siding with Kolchak, while parts of the army with Drozdovsky. Drozdovsky now becomes the leader of the Novorossian General Government. The summer coup war begins. As things escalate between the two men, we will side with Kolchak, and our focus tree will be changed around a little bit. The forces loyal to Kolchak are advancing deep into the territory of the Novorossian General Government. We won and will annex all but expanding the Russian Empire and putting an end to one of the warlord states. Things will get worse before they get better. We have a hollow victory and will be suffering from famine, civil war damage, and revolting peasants. Even as traitors in the army and the government are being purged by Kolchak's regime, there is still the internal war of the socialists. We are going to get some radical elements to help with this. The second ultimatum: the government has lost control of their radical helpers who are becoming small armies in their own right. Let's go with Mikhail Dietrichs and his followers. Everyone was tired of the bloodshed, so the power transition was peaceful. The flag does a flip. Mikhail Dietrichs will be the temporary leader. He is going to be a substitute for a czar until we get one. Because of our chosen path, the Russian Empire focus tree will change for the 3rd and final time. Our very first focus, Putsch of the Schwab captains, gave us 3 national spirits, which we will have to get rid of before we can choose a new monarch. Hold the Simsky Sobor presents us with the event of a new Russian monarch. We have 4 candidates, 2 being Romanovs and 2 being Rurikids. Our choice was Alexander Obolenski, who will be known as Alexander IV. In our timeline, Obolenski's family fled during the Russian Revolution of 1917 to Britain. He became a famous rugby player in England and was probably known as the Flying Prince, the Flying Slav, or Obo. He would die at age 24 in 1940 in a RAF air crash. Our first focuses for our 3 political branches are land to the rural communities, restore the system of institutions, and revoke the Constitution. Celtorosia went the accelerationist route, so it can be expected they would be very aggressive and eventually take out Yakutia. We can't really rely on our subjects to join our wars, but we will take advantage of the fact we can request their forces. A new patriarch, we have 4 choices. They all give different buffs. Let's go with Sergius of Nizhny Novgorod because of that recruitable population. Russians celebrate Victory Day, October 25th to be precise, the day when the Bolsheviks lost to the White Army. Reintegrating the governance is an option, but it will take a lot of political power, and that doesn't change the fact that they might reject the idea altogether. The political part of the focus tree is completed, so let's move over to the army one so they will be prepared for any sort of wars to come. Bohemia Moravia is fighting the Intermarium, while Austria itself is attacking Switzerland. Digging the grave deeper, the Austrian Reich declares war on Yugoslavia. Armed futurist attack. Accelerationism gets more popular and we lose some stability. Let's try to integrate the Siberian government. Even if it goes wrong, we do have our army on their border. They decline, so war it is. We have no focus on right now, so we can integrate governance faster. It's 1940, and so Germany and France are at war again. Choosing between different strategies, let's go with the new ones. Transbaikal joins the Imperial Authority faction after they are attacked by the Anhui clique, who is at war with a lot of people right now. We could pick Wrangles, but let's go with trying the Villov's plan, cause mass assault. We're fighting the collective power of the Intermarium, and everything is going well. The Empire is advancing in the Ukraine, but we're losing ground up north near Belarus. The situation in the north didn't improve at all, but in the south, it will not be long before Ukraine capitulates. Ukraine fell, so now we push into Intermarium leader Poland. Belarus is defeated, dissolving any sense of direction their offensive had. Poland, Lithuania, Belarus, and Ukraine were annexed entirely, and because we don't have any land access to them, Austria became our puppet instead. That's an interesting matchup. For sure, the one state and the Imperial Authority may be fighting, and we got a front row seat as spectators. The war has begun between our southern neighbors. It's the glass fortress against the onslaught of the Baron's cavalry. In Europe, the borders between Germany and France have not shifted all that much. The Russian Empire has a mighty army. It is done recovering. The government of the steppes will be integrated. If they don't choose peacefully, we will do it by force. We are once again not selecting a national focus to get political power faster to integrate the governance. There is only 4 which remaining. The one state smashes into the Imperial Authority, taking a lot of their land, and it looks like some of their units have been encircled. The Orenburg military district was the first to rejoin the Russian Empire peacefully. The others we had to resort to violence for. The United Technots of America are fighting tons of different nations, including the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, and Indochina. Revolutionary Japan is also fighting the United Kingdom and may soon end up fighting the United States as well. All the governance have been absorbed into the Russian Empire with one exception, and that last one left is the Southeastern Union. Montenegro, now known as the National Yugoslav State, appears to be losing to Albania. Germany got a rename while their war with the League still continues, but it looks like they are pushing back France. The one state declares war on the Turkestan-Caspian Union. As a result, they immediately join the Eurasian continent led by the Imperial Authority. The Imperial Authority attacks their neighbor to the south, but they are pushing back the one state at least. Sternberg is doing good right now, but for the long term it doesn't look so good because he's made a lot of enemies. The Southeastern Union is brought into the fold, and the Imperial Authority is actually winning everywhere, which impresses me greatly and is somewhat concerning. The Russian Empire is unified, the age of warlords and governance has ended, and we also got a lot of land in Eastern Europe. The video is going to end here. If you enjoyed the mod, make sure to check it out in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll see y'all later. Have an awesome day. Bye.